All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Have you been wondering which one of these accessories you need to purchase with your printer and which ones you can hold out on purchasing for a later date? Well, we'll get into what comes with each of these and which ones you should buy and why. Sit back and relax and I'll get everything set up.
Len Dizzle Production.
Alright, so let's take a look at some of the accessories that I've bought and which ones that I've used so far and all of the thoughts and opinions about them. So the first one that we'll go over is the replacement filament cutter. So you do get a couple of these with the Bambu X1 Carbon. I'm not sure about the P1P, you may. But I bought an extra box of these of 3 because I have already used one in the first, 6-8 weeks that I've had the printer. So I did buy an extra box of those. So I would recommend having those. Maybe not right away. It wouldn't be something that I purchased with the printer, but it would be something that I would think you would need in the next couple of months after you buy it. Next is the nozzle wiper. So this is the little part where the nozzle wipes when it goes back and forth, when it does color changes, when it starts and stops the prints, it does that. And one of these actually broke and snapped in two, so I already had to replace one of those. Again, that's something that came with the printer that I was able to replace it with, but since I already had to replace one, I wanted to make sure that I had some on hand. So again, not something that is necessary to get with the printer, but you will need in the next couple of months after you get it. Next on the list, same with this one, silicone sock for the hot end. So this is the little piece of silicone that goes over the end of the print nozzle. And another thing that I have already used one of, so I went ahead and bought another box of these. Next on the list are 2 things from the heater, or what heats the hot end, and that's the thermistor and the ceramic heater. So the thermistor is the thing that keeps track of what temperature it is and tells it to heat or not to heat. And it's this little tiny guy right here. And this little tiny guy right here is exactly why I bought these, and they sell them in 3 packs. So I would definitely recommend getting the 3 packs of these. Anytime that you need to switch nozzles or anything like that, you're going to have to mess around with this little thermistor. And you see how tiny it is. You break that little thing and you're down printing until hopefully Bambu has these in stock at the time that it breaks down and gets one to you pretty quickly. So they sell these in a pack of 3. I would recommend getting these with the printer just so you have them on hand. Because again, that one little thing will keep you from printing and you'll have to rely on them having it in stock and getting it to you. So would definitely recommend this with the purchase of your printer. The ceramic heater, they do sell these in 3 packs as well, and I believe they do for the P1P and the X1C. And again, I would buy this with the printer for the same reasons that I just mentioned, the thermistor. And this is the little piece that goes onto the nozzle that heats it up. So there's a couple of reasons why I would buy this with the printer, and we'll talk about some other things here that I would buy with the printer as well. One is to replace one that's broken, but secondly, it's good to have a second nozzle on hand ready to go with a different filament size. So you can see here, or a different nozzle size. So you can see here I have my 0.6 with a spare silicone sock on it, with the spare thermistor, as well as the spare heater or hot end or whatever. So I would also recommend getting these with the printer just so you can have a spare nozzle, and if this little thing breaks, that will keep you from printing as well. So I recommend getting that. Get a 3-pack of these so you can put one of them on a spare nozzle like I'm doing here, and you'll have 2 extra that'll probably last you for a really long time. I haven't used any except for this purpose right here. So I would definitely get these with the purchase of your printer, or if you already have a printer and don't have these already, I would get them just in case, because again, if this goes out, you're not printing, you're waiting on them to have stuff in stock. We know how that goes. All right, next on the list, this is another thing that I would not recommend getting with the printer. You can get it at any time afterward, but that's the activated carbon air filter. So this is just a replacement filter for there. Now, if you print a whole lot of stinky or smelly materials or things that need to be filtered or different things like that, then you may want to get this with the purchase of your printer. But if you don't, and it's just a maintenance thing, this is something that you can buy after you get the printer a couple months down the road, just for when it's time to replace this, you'll have it on hand. All right, and the last thing that we'll talk about is the extruder and hot end set that is on sale for limited time right now. And after I got it, it looks like it's the Kickstarter stretch goal pack that you got with the Kickstarter. And what this has in it is a whole bunch of extra nozzles, the fan, a hardened steel extruder. This has a nozzle with a fan on it, so this has another 0.4 with a fan on it that already has the silicone stock and everything. So again, if this is still available when you're watching this video, this would be something that I would buy with the printer, because honestly, you can put this together like so and have the entire extruder, hot end, and everything ready to go. If something fails mid-print, you can just take that stuff out, because this stuff does get jammed. You will get things jammed in here every once in a while. You can just take that out, put this replacement one in there, continue with your print, and then take the other one apart and fix it, so you're not wasting print time on fixing the hot end or whatever. So I would recommend that. The other thing is, if you switch between a 0.4 and a 0.6, then you might want to set this fan and thermistor and everything up with one of these 0.6 nozzles right here. The other thing that this comes with is the 0.8. So you have a 0.4, 0.6, and 0.8, which should get you through most of the things that you want to print. So that'd be another reason that I recommend this one. Right, so if you combine this set with the silicone ends, the wiper nozzle, the cutter, and the thermistor stuff, this is all stuff that you will eventually need. These are kind of the eventual need type of stuff. These are things that I would buy with the printer. So I would get the 3-pack of the thermistors, the 3-pack of the heaters, and then get this stretch goal or this extruder set up right here, because you get an extra 0.4, you also get a 0.6, a 0.8, and you get the extruder with the hardened steel gears in it. So I would definitely recommend getting this and these with the printer. The rest of this stuff you're eventually going to need, so you can get it now or you can get it later with that. So I wanted to kind of go over the accessories that I bought so far, and hopefully this was helpful and some of this stuff makes sense as to what you should purchase with the printer if you're thinking about getting the printer, or if you already have it. These are things to think about as you have the printer. Some of these things are consumable. These little blades are consumable. These little wiper things are consumable. Even most of this stuff is going to be consumable at some point. It's not going to last forever. So I thought this kit was a pretty good deal for everything that it has in it, and it has all of the different nozzles. And honestly, I will set probably this 0.4 up with an extruder and have a full extruder and everything that I can replace. And then I bought a hardened steel extruder already, and I have this as the original extruder that I have So now I can make a full setup for a 0.6 minus the fan. So if I need to switch something out, I'll have everything including the fan here for a 0.4, switch it out in mid print, and then I'll make up a whole 0.6 where all I need to do is replace the fan, which is only 2 screws on there. So hopefully this was helpful. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out my merch store, and I'll catch everybody on the next video. Bye.